What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Now, a couple weeks ago, Instagram gifted me with the creator account, and I asked a lot of you whether or not you wanted me to do a YouTube video on it. And a lot of you said yes. That's why in today's video, I'm not only gonna teach you how to get the creator account if you're eligible for it, but I'm also gonna dissect my thoughts on whether or not the creator account is really worth it. So if you're interested in learning more about this new profile of Instagram, then keep on watching. Now, before I break down how exactly you can get the creator account and my thoughts on it, what you need to know is that the creator account currently is in beta testing mode, meaning not every single person is eligible to get this type of account. Not only this, even when the creator account comes out of the beta testing mode, it's not guaranteed that everyone will get it. It might just be only exclusive to influencers and content creators. Now, what the minimum amount of followers you need or the minimum amount of engagement you need in order to get this account is still unknown, so I cannot answer that question. But for now, let me show you how exactly you can get the creator account if you are eligible. So something that I want to tell you guys is that I had no idea I was eligible for the creator account. Instagram did not notify me. I did not get a push notification saying that my creator account was ready. What actually happened is I stumbled upon the creator account myself. So I'm going to share my screen and put it right over here and show you step by step how I was able to get the creator account myself. So what had actually happened and how I switched to the creator account was simply by going to my profile, then going to settings, and then once you go to settings, you're going to hit account, and then you're going to see an option to switch to the creator account. Now, once you do that, you're going to see the 3 benefits that you get from switching to the creator account, such as flexible profile controls, simplified messaging, and more growth tools. Once you hit next, you're going to be able to choose a category very similar to how you do when you have a business account. Then once you hit next, you're going to have the option to either hide or show your contact information and your category. In my case, I decided to show it. And then once you hit done, it's going to say that your creator account is ready. Now, I've had this creator account for 2 to 3 weeks now, so I definitely got a chance to really play with the features and gather my thoughts on what I think about this type of profile. Now, the first thing that really caught my attention with the creator account is the ability to see the amount of people that have followed and unfollowed you in a given week. So what exactly or how does this really look like? Well, what you do is you go to your insights, and once you go to your insights, it pretty much looks exactly the same as your business account if you have one. Now, the only difference really is when you go to audience, you're able to see your growth for the week, and you're going to be able to see the amount of people that have followed you and unfollowed you. Now, what's really interesting though is if I actually click, let's say over here, or maybe over here, where there's a really peak time where people started to unfollow me, I'm able to click on see posts and see the exact post that I did on that day to really assess maybe why someone might have unfollowed me. On this day, I posted a lot of stories, so maybe that's why a bunch of people unfollowed me. Now, similarly, I could also click on this peak right here where a lot of people did follow me, and I can easily see the posts that I did that day as well. So this is a really great function if you wanted to look back in time and really assess how many people are unfollowing you, how many people are following you, so on and so forth. Now, the only thing is that you can't really see who unfollowed you. That's something that a third-party app can get you, but not necessarily the creator profile on Instagram. The second function that really caught my eye and that I was genuinely so excited about was the ability to filter people in your DMs. Now, the reason why I was so excited about this feature is because as someone who gets a lot of DMs a day, it's really important that I'm able to filter out people so that I don't miss DMs from my clients, my friends, or my family. Now, I was so excited about this function. However, Instagram severely disappointed me. And the reason why I say this is because when you actually look at your DM function, the filtering is totally not intuitive. Everyone is automatically filtered in your primary, which means as the influencer, you have to manually one by one slot everyone into the general filter. Now, if it were the other way around, especially for influencers who get a lot of DMs from people on the internet, it's so much easier to actually filter out your friends and one by one put them in the primary account. That would save me a lot of time. So that's why this feature alone was so disappointing for me, and I didn't even bother to filter anyone because it would have taken me forever to comb through hundreds and hundreds of DMs to do so. Now, the second cool thing that's within the DM section is in the request box, because even in the request box in the creator account, you're also able to filter people that way as well. Within that, you're able to have 2 different filters. The one is top requests, and then the second one is all requests or general requests. Now, what the top request means is that basically people who DM you that are in the request box, they'll automatically be put into this folder if they have a huge following account. So Instagram will actually prioritize the people that have DM'd you based on their follower count. That way you can really prioritize the bigger accounts if you wanted to. Now, when you go into the general account, that's basically a way to have all the accounts or everyone that's ever DM'd you in one go. So it's kind of like very similar to a business profile or a personal profile, and nothing has really changed there. So the really interesting thing is at the end of the day is that top request box, but that's about it. Now, the third thing that really drew me into the creator account and built a lot of hype for it is the new Creator Studio dashboard. Now, some of you might have no idea what this is, so in a second, let me just share my screen and show you. So, wanting to show you the Creator Studio on Instagram that you can access on your desktop. Now, this is a screenshot of what the homepage looks like. The reason why I'm showing you a screenshot is because I actually don't have this anymore because I'm already logged into it and there's no way for me to actually get back to this page. So, this is what it would look like on the dashboard. Now, some of you might be wondering, how exactly do I get here? Now, what you actually have to put in your URL box is www.business.facebook.com/Creator Studio. Now, once you hit that, you're going to be able to access your Facebook Creator Studio. You want to log into your Facebook, and then once you log in, you're going to see two little icons up here at the top, one for Facebook and then one for Instagram. You're then going to click Instagram, and the moment you hit Instagram, it's going to direct you to this page where you're going to have to connect your account and log into your Instagram profile. Now, once you've logged in, this is what the Creator Studio is going to look like on your desktop. You're going to be able to see your content library, which encompasses all of the content that you've created, the post status of it, the date. Now you're able to filter it through by the different types of posts that you've done, such as all content, video, photo, carousel stories, or IGTV. You're able to see the post status, and you're also able to look at the time frame where you posted it and also use the search function as well. Now, if you look at your photos, you're able to see more insights, such as the amount of likes that you've gotten and also the amount of comments that you've gotten. So this is kind of helpful if you have a social media manager that manages your posts and you want to kind of have a bird's eye view of what's going on your profile. This is in a way kind of helpful, but it's not really anything different between what you can already access on your mobile analytics. Now, after this, there is another tab called Insights, and here you're going to be able to track the activity just from the last 7 days. So I actually wasn't able to see further than 7 days or like previous from 7 days, but you're able to see the amount of actions people have taken on your account in the span of a week, the amount of website visits, profile visits, calls, directions, emails, and texts, so on and so forth. Now, just so you know, this Creator Studio is not just limited to creator profiles. Business accounts also have access to this too. So I actually switched my account to a business profile, and I was still able to access this, just so you know. You're also able to see the amount of accounts that you were able to reach in a given week and also the amount of impressions that you have. Now, again, this is no different than the analytics that you would get on your mobile phone. If anything, this is a little bit less intuitive and less insightful than what you get on your mobile analytics, but this is a good start for desktop if you wanted to have a little check-in while you're on your computer. Now, over here, you're going to be able to click audience. You're also going to be able to see the amount of followers that you have, how that's increased or decreased from the last week. You're also able to look at the age and the gender of your followers, no different than you could on mobile. So that's nothing really special. Here, you're able to kind of, in a way, see in a bird's eye view when your followers are on Instagram. So this is really dandy and helpful if you do scheduling already on your desktop. So you don't have to go back and forth and switch to your mobile phone to check these stats. You're also able to see the day. But again, like I said so many times, this is no different than the amount of analytics that you get on your business profile or on your analytics in general. And then you're also able to see countries and cities. So this is a really quick rundown of the Creator Studio. Here, as you can see, you can add more Instagram accounts to track if you'd like. Now, I have a feeling that this is probably something that Instagram/Facebook is testing out. And hopefully in the future, this is going to be very similar to the Facebook Business Manager, where you're able to schedule posts, have way more analytics. So I have a feeling that in the future, it's going to look more like this. This also reminds me a little bit of the YouTube Creator Studio. So maybe one day, especially with IGTV on the rise, that Instagram will implement this for more of the video formats and allow us to optimize our Instagram pages further. But again, that's just my theory. It's not fact. So yeah. All right, so as you can see, the Creator Studio dashboard looks cool, but doesn't really do anything that's different from what you can do on your mobile phone. Now, the next thing that I found super disappointing and was actually the reason why I switched out of the Creator account and back into business is the fact that the Creator account is not Instagram API compatible. What this basically means is that unlike the business accounts that are API compatible, the Creator account actually is not able to really link with a lot of third-party apps. For example, I use my favorite app called Later to schedule my content, and because I switched to the Creator account, I was no longer able to do that. Not only this, I wasn't able to access my analytics with any third-party apps either. So for now, the Creator account is basically useless if you want to use third-party apps, which is a big reason why I did not like the Creator account and I ended up switching back to the business profile. All right, so one more thing that really makes the Creator account a little bit different than the business account or the personal account account is when you go into settings, you're going to be able to click on creator. And once you go there, a really interesting that I saw was when you click on branded content, you're actually able to make sure that brands require approval before they post a picture of you with their products. This is really interesting because it allows the control back in the creator's hand. And if you say that you don't want a brand to share your work, you can totally make sure that they are not an approved account and that they require approval. Now, if you have brand partners that you really love to work with and you don't feel like they need to have approval, then you can make sure that you filter them out and make sure you tell Instagram that they are indeed an approved account. So that is really cool for influencers if you do a lot of brand deals. So in a nutshell, guys, if you guys do not have the creator account, I really would not cry over it. I do not think it's anything worth stressing about if you don't have this account. Even for me, after 2 to 3 weeks, I immediately switched back to the business account just because I really was not impressed. Now, that being said, Instagram is making a lot of changes. It's still in the beta phase, so hopefully in the future, Instagram will add more features and make it more intuitive for influencers and content creators to really leverage this account and take it to the next level. But for now, I'm definitely going to stick with my business account. That being said, with all the changes that Instagram is making, a lot of you guys wanted me to do a video about my opinion on Instagram removing likes. And since I'm in Canada, it's already happened for us. So that's why in the next video, make sure you hit the notification bell because I'm going to share my thoughts on Instagram removing likes. That being said, if you want more videos in the meantime on social media, business, and just life in general, make sure you check out these 2 videos right over here. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and a great life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.